AITAH for telling my husband he can visit his mother for Mother's Day, but our toddler won't be going? My almost 2-year-old had surgery last month to reverse his ileostomy. Everything went well, but the side effect is that he has constant bowel movements, literally every 10 to 15 minutes. Since he had never used his bum before in his entire 20 months of life, the constant exposure to waste caused a severe and horrific diaper rash. Until a week ago, his skin was completely raw, but I've perfected a system and managed to clear up 99% of it. Basically, it comes down to changing him the exact second he goes and strictly managing his diet. If he goes more than 2 hours without eating during the day, he gets terrible diarrhea, which brings the rash back full force. Now, my in-laws want us to bring the baby over for Mother's Day at my husband's grandmother's house because they haven't seen him in over a month. I am putting my foot down. The drive is incredibly long, meaning we'd have to pull over constantly just to change him. On top of that, the baby never eats at my mother-in-law's house. I have no idea why, and if he doesn't eat, the diarrhea returns. Even if by some miracle he did eat there, I'd have to pack an entire arsenal of medical supplies just to spend the day locked in a bedroom changing his diaper every 10 minutes. To make matters worse, my baby sometimes screams in pain when he passes stool. I have zero desire to deal with my husband's entire extended family trying to hover and tell me what to do, especially when nothing can ease his pain. He just has to push through it. My husband thinks our son is doing better because the rash is gone, so he figures we can start going places again. But that's not the case. His bowel movements are still erratic. It's just that I am on top of the problem 24/7. My in-laws actually said that one day with diarrhea won't hurt because I already know how to heal his skin. I am not risking all the progress I've made just to cater to their whims. I offered to have them come to us. We are currently living with my parents, but they won't hear of it, even though my parents always go to their houses for joint celebrations. I told them that if they truly wanted to see their grandson, they'd suck it up and make the drive, but nobody replied to me. I want to clarify that my husband isn't ignoring the issue out of malice. He just sees that the baby has improved at night, going from 9 changes to only 1 or 2, but he doesn't see what goes on during the day. He also can't help much with the changes because the baby was traumatized by all the prodding from doctors at the hospital and will only let me touch him. If his dad tries to change him, he gets extremely distressed, and I refuse to cause him more anxiety. On top of everything, we're spending an absolute fortune. Our son's medical supplies cost us over $600 a week, and insurance covers almost nothing. Our emergency savings of $20,000 vanished during his first year of life due to this illness. We had money, we just never expected to get hit this hard. Following the advice of a comment, I am going to start keeping a written log of every single daily bowel movement so my husband can finally open his eyes to reality. Update. First of all, thank you everyone for your advice. I didn't show the post to my husband right away because I wanted us to talk things through like adults. Since he still wasn't understanding why we couldn't just visit his family for a couple of hours, I decided the best way to explain it was through raw facts. On Saturday, I asked him to stay home all day so he could see exactly what our son goes through. He had to witness nearly 40 diaper changes in a single day, with the poor baby screaming and crying through every single one, and experience the absolute lack of freedom you have when caring for a medically fragile child. By noon, my husband finally understood the gravity of the situation. I asked him if his parents would at least agree to meet us at the park right behind our house, but he confessed they would refuse. No matter how we phrased it, they simply don't get it and don't care to make the effort to understand. I felt bad for my husband because he's always stuck in the middle, but I stood my ground. I am not risking my son's health for anyone's feelings. Mother's Day arrived, and my wonderful parents offered to watch the baby, who is surprisingly an angel, and actually let my mom change him. Thanks to that, my husband and I were able to go out on a much-needed date night. It was the exact breathing room I desperately needed, and it felt incredible to reconnect with him. Later on, my husband went to visit his family for a couple of hours while I stayed back and enjoyed the rest of the day with my son. When he came home, he didn't say much about how things went with his parents, but I did receive a text from my MIL that read, "Happy Mother's Day, Opie. I hope you got everything you wanted." I'm not entirely sure if it was genuine or a passive-aggressive dig, but I just said thank you and wished them well. Finally, I showed this post to my husband. He read through everything and apologized to me in tears for not realizing how much pressure he was putting on us. He has officially decided to start therapy to learn how to set healthy boundaries with his parents and improve his communication with me. After so much storm, I finally feel like we are back on the same team.